What's going on, everybody? This is Respectful Wrestling Discourse.
Booyah.
The official third episode, but this is going to be the second episode that goes up on our YouTube channel. My name is Billy Collins, as always, joined by Michael Jonesy Jones, Remy Alberts, and Adam Contreras. So today we have a special edition of the episode. A special edition of the show, I should say. It's our end of the year show. We're going to give our end of the year wrestling awards, both WWE and non-WWE in some ways. And then we're going to give our predictions for WrestleKingdom XII. So, I guess we might as well get started here.
One question.
What's up?
It's the second episode, yet this is apparently a special episode.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
We have one every year, but this is the first time we've had it.
Yeah.
Which makes it special.
Tomorrow's New Year's Eve, Rem. It's special.
It's like the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania.
It was the 24th, though.
Yeah. Exactly. Your wedding day is not the first anniversary of your wedding, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
I've never heard that joke before.
So, awards. All right, let's get started. So, best return in and out of WWE. Guys, what do you got?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say The Undertaker at the beginning of the year.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did not see that one.
Yeah,
coming.
so like right at the beginning of the year. Roman Reigns is like doing his thing, challenging for the Universal title. He's on his way to wrestle Undertaker Mania. Everyone's groaning like, ugh. Undertaker comes back at the beginning of the year, which is befitting since this is the beginning of this episode. And he grabs the mic, and Mick Foley's like, oh man, I hope Undertaker shows up. He shows up, and he's like, I've dug 29 holes for 29 souls.
I'd like to point out that at some point, Undertaker did say, SmackDown is my home this year, and then he was only on Raw.
I believe that was last year, though, Survivor Series.
I mean, one way or the
Technicalities aside.
Either way, though, he said SmackDown is my home, and then never went to SmackDown.
Exactly.
They could. I think the plan was Undertaker versus John Cena at that point, but then they changed their mind and were like, nah, we're going to go with Roman Reigns, so he's got to be on Raw. So we're just going to retcon that promo.
other. And guess who's on Raw now?
John Cena. God.
Well, he's a free agent. He can do
Well,
whatever he wants.
Technicalities.
He played a bull in a movie. Okay.
Yeah. So my best return, there were a number of good options. I went with the Hardys because I didn't see it coming. Honestly, like on the network, the New Day were out on stage, and then my stream froze, and then the Hardys were out on stage, and I was like, what happened? What just happened? And so anyway, they won the titles. It was the best part of WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
Yeah, Remy and I were... Jonesy, were you there for Mania 2?
Yeah, Mania 33. Yeah,
That's
we were
right.
there. Yeah,
That's right. So, the three of us were there, and we just marked out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
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 That being said, I also picked the Hardys for my return within the WWE. The only reason why I would think otherwise, which is why I also put down a second option, is because of what's happened since. There just hasn't been a whole lot of success.
Yeah.
Mostly due to Jeff getting injured. However, we have seen finally...
Woken Matt.
Woken Matt.
Yeah.
Delete.
But for so long, that was the story. Like, are they going to get the rights to the Broken gimmick? And I guess they did, but because it's Vince McMahon, he's not going to go with Broken because Broken wasn't his creation. He's going to call him Woken.
Plus, it also gives Matt the ability to use Broken outside WWE should he ever leave there.
Right.
But staying on topic, I think the Hardys after their initial return, which, granted, I also chose the Hardys, so
Right.
let's be honest here.
I thought it was a relatively easy
Here's the thing,
choice,
after it, they had some of the string of the best matches of the year, in my opinion.
Oh, my God.
The matches with Sheamus and Cesaro
Yeah.
were really
Oh,
great.
Oh, yeah.
Extreme Rules, Great Balls of Fire, Payback,
Like, they are, like, old, they're older people, but they can still, like, kill themselves in that ring. That's the thing.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, what's it that Jeff said? I'm 40 years old and I can still jump off a 20-foot ladder. How cool is that?
Yeah.
And then you look at AJ Styles. Oh, man, AJ, you could go a couple more years. Dude, I'm 40 years old!
I can go forever.
I can go forever.
So best return outside of WWE. This was a little tougher, I think, mostly because I haven't been watching a lot of stuff outside of WWE for that long. So I went with Jay White. At Power Struggle, he came back from his excursion, and he confronted Hiroshi Tanahashi, and now that's at the Tokyo Dome. That's going to be his first big match back in Japan for the Intercontinental title. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything outside of WWE best return?
Oh, no.
Nope.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, go for
Dalton
it.
Castle.
Real? Oh yeah, because he was injured for a
He
while.
was injured for a
I'll-
while.
I'll
He came
think
back.
on that.
Had his little feud with Cody. Had a little bit of lead up, and then he won the title.
Oh, you mean the white-haired Cody?
Yeah.
The
newly-
natural,
The
the natural American nightmare.
Oh, hey, that hasn't happened
Dustin
before.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah, and Dustin coming back at Starrcade
Starrcade.
against
And then,
Dash Wilder.
but he also returned earlier in the year to fight Bray Wyatt.
That did happen.
That didn't really amount to much. But
Yeah,
it
and
was something.
the entire reason why he returned is because Bray Wyatt wiped his makeup off.
There was the whole feud with Finn Balor, which I'll talk about later.
Oh,
yeah, but
jeez.
that essentially returns in a nutshell.
Mm.
Yeah, so next award, stars that deserve a bigger push. It's not really an award, but a superlative, I guess.
I got one.
Yeah.
Finn Balor.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't the first guy I thought of, but like when I first thought about him, I was like, oh my God, yeah. Wait a minute.
The issue with Finn Balor is that he was injured at the worst time possible.
Yep.
And then they brought him back, had no idea what to do with him.
They didn't have any top baby faces outside of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Because, Roman's strong.
Right, exactly.
Roman strong. Yeah.
I went with Rusev, because every day
Yes.
Rusev Day. He's oddly charismatic. He's really good in the ring, and now he's the hottest act on SmackDown. Like I was at SmackDown Live this week, and he was the hottest act. He was more over than anyone on the show.
I know I've said this before, but personally, I can't get behind him. I don't understand what makes him so over.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. He's just so goofy and weird.
He's the first goofy act in a while, with the exception of Fashion Police.
Ironically
and-
funny.
And he can actually back it up by being good in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to piggyback off of you, but I'm going to add a twist to it. I'm not just going to say Rusev. I'm going to say Rusev and Aiden English. Like, I know a lot of people are like, they usually think of Rusev and not so much Aiden, but
Because Aiden's just kind of a guy.
yeah, but he's good. Like,
he's
the singing,
he's Rusev's lackey.
the singing gimmick is getting over, and I think if anything, I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna go out and say Aiden English WWE champion. I'm just saying, they should have a run with the SmackDown tag titles, later in the year. Like what? Like once Usos and New Day, because Usos and New Day, but like if one of them goes to Raw and then leaves open a spot on the SmackDown Tag Team division, maybe that's the opportunity for Rusev and English to get, maybe just a short run, maybe like a month or two as tag team champions. I don't know.
So Rusev, Aiden English, I want them to win tag team titles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at SmackDown, Aiden singing got the biggest pop of the night, no joke. But it was really because everyone knew, like, hey, Rusev's coming. So next up, stars poised for a breakout in 2018, guys.
I guarantee you and I are going to have the exact same person, so let's say at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Chad
Mojo
Gable.
Rawley. Oh, well. Okay. well.
Whoops.
All right, well, okay. Well, podcast is over. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
It's over. Shut it down.
I'm a pretty big fan of Elias Sampson.
It's not Samson. It's just Elias now. Elias Sampson died in the boat crash. I am calm. The boat crash.
So Chad Gable, this is something that probably could have been said for a couple of years now. He's so good. He's so good.
It's okay. It's okay. Chad Gable's back hurt after Jason Jordan left,
Now,
carrying the team.
the only issue with Chad Gable is it's like he does the rolling German suplex.
Yeah.
And it got over, and so now it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna do that 50 times a match now.
Yeah, and that's my one thought as to why he might not have his.
That's right, Jim Cornette. You do flippy shit.
I'm gonna do a somersault and I'm gonna throw you, and you're a lot heavier than me, so people are gonna cheer. But yeah, Chad Gable, he's really good. And want to talk about Mojo?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, this is riding off of the fact that at the end of 2017, Mojo Mania did in fact begin to run a while, and I was expecting Mojo to be said honestly by you. You're the big Mojo fan.
I do love me some Mojo, but I don't know. He's okay. He's good. I don't even want to say he's good in the ring. He's a good athlete. Here's the minimum that I could picture. Mojo is going to go on a big, giant winning streak against like Zack Ryder. You know, they're supposed to face off in this tournament. By the way, Aiden English, lock and key. No, but seriously, folks, Mojo and Zack are going to keep wrestling. This might be the end of their feud. Maybe, I don't know. I would assume at the very least, Mojo's going to keep he's going to keep trucking along, and then eventually down the road of the year, he's going to call out AJ Styles. Like, AJ's going to be in the ring, and he's going to be like, that'll be comical.
So then Mojo runs out there, and he's like, I want a match. And then they have a match on SmackDown, which, of course, AJ's going to win. I don't know what else is going to happen from there. Maybe he goes to Raw and then turns face again. I don't know. But if anything, he's going to get a match with AJ. And much like Jinder, it's going to be the best match of his career. Because, as we all know, Mojo might not have the most stellar matches as a WWE superstar. But if anything, he's going to have that match with AJ, and it's going to be like 3 stars, 2 3/4 stars. So, but enough about Mojo. Let's throw it over to one of the guys.
Enough about Mojo.
I have something to say.
I'm all fired up.
I'm putting in my card as Braun Strowman.
Really?
I am.
That's interesting.
He's already pushed.
But
has he really been pushed?
Universal Champion,
Yes.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Well, that's the thing. His push may have begun already, which is why, he might come to mind for me. But I could see him as being a really big card come 2018. Just big in more ways than one. But
he's got to win the Universal title at some point in the next year.
yeah,
He's got to.
I would love to see him take it off Brock.
I don't think that...
No, you know what's going to
Roman,
happen.
but
Oh,
You
right.
know what's going to happen.
Strong.
Roman Strong.
Is
Roman Strong.
Brock is going to lose the title to Roman at Mania, and then the night after Mania, Braun's going to be like, "Rah!" And then
I'm not finished with you
and then
yet.
he's going to beat him.
So,
And
We
we built up a year to a title run that only lasted a day, and it's going to be the biggest troll.
It'll be awesome.
Like a couple days after.
It'll be
April Fools.
awesome.
It'll be good.
Awesome.
Remy, start poised for a breakout. Who, Remy?
Elias Sampson.
Yeah.
His last name isn't Samson anymore.
It's Elias. He plays a guitar.
Samson died in the boating accident.
Here's the thing. The only reason I picked him is because I want Mojo to be pushed. I want all these people who were mentioned to be pushed. But let's be honest here. I gotta think of something a little different, just to differentiate a bit. I think Elias is a great heel, and he can show what he can do very well. My thing about him is that he gets the best heat I've seen in a while because
It's really easy heat.
yeah, it's really easy heat and it's really well put together heat. So I could see him in a singles title feud and just be particularly over in that sort of category. So that's really all I have to say about Elias.
Yeah, I don't think Elias is going to be like a main eventer, but he could be a solid mid carder.
Yeah.
So next up, most disappointing star of the year.
Oh,
I went with Bayley, and it's not her fault. It's not her fault. She's been booked to absolute hell.
This is your life, Billy Collins.
That was the worst segment of the year. Alexa tried her best, but Bayley, this is your life.
And then,
Awful.
And then their match at Extreme Rules just
The kendo stick on a pole, where she grabbed the kendo stick and was like, "No, I'm too childish. I
I'm too
can't hit
childish."
someone with a kendo stick."
and then Alexa's like bop bop pin.
I
It's like,
can. Bop, bop, booty, bop.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been booked absolutely horribly. It's like, it's one thing if your gimmick is like a wrestling fan that just is living out their dream. It's another if your gimmick is a literal child. And that's what Bayley's gimmick is.
And that's why I firmly believe NXT is so much better than Raw or SmackDown is because they have
and
the
that's
freedom.
that's not the topic of the conversation. So
I
let's
am
move
aware
on.
of that.
So Jonesy,
If I-
who's your most disappointing star of the year?
I'm going to put my nuts in a sling on this, but I'm going to say Shinsuke Nakamura.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I mean,
I had him down as an option too.
I don't
Let me-
disagree necessarily.
Let me break this down. See, Nakamura is great, and he's awesome. He started out the year strong. He dropped the title to Bobby Roode, all that good stuff. Great match. Orlando, San Antonio, all that. Goes to SmackDown. Everyone gets all hyped up for this match that he's going to have with Dolph Ziggler at Backlash. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's going to be a 4.5 for a 3/4 star match. Turns out to be like a 3-star match.
Not even.
It's like, that's the thing. I didn't think the match was horrible, but it could have been so much better.
Cut to the chase, Jonesy. Cut to the chase.
I think the defining point was really his feud with Jinder, but I'll get more into that later.
For obvious reasons.
But bottom line, they screwed up Shinsuke right down to Survivor Series, and I hope he can recover.
Yeah. All right, Remy?
Once again, I kind of spoiled my feeling on this, but Shinsuke, I feel terrible about this, but Shinsuke Nakamura is my most disappointing star because of just how he was booked. Like he's a fantastic athlete, and he deserves so much better than what he has now. So, sorry, Shinsuke, but maybe next year will be better.
Apart from his booking, he hasn't really had any really good matches on the main roster. Like in NXT, his match with Bobby Roode, where he lost the title, was really good.
And that match he had with Sami Zayn last year at TakeOver Dallas. Oh.
Right, but on the main roster, the match with Ziggler was disappointing. The matches with Jinder were downright bad.
And that's a terrible thing.
It's not really his fault. That's the issue.
Yeah,
it isn't.
It isn't. They run their matches way different on the main roster than in NXT.
Yeah, they tell you not to go as well as you should if you're like,
Right.
It's weird. It's very odd.
All right, Adam. Yep.
All right, kind of an oddball thing, but Heath Slater and Rhino.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to hear this.
I honestly, now, I've come to really like Rhino over the
course of the last.
Yeah, over the course of time, and you know what? Seeing as they were one SmackDown tag team champions,
One of my favorite
They were the
moments.
first SmackDown tag team champions.
One of my favorite moments in 2016.
yet
when,
now they're reduced to nothing but just more or less tag team jobbers. They were involved in the Trick or Street fight.
Yes.
Which I'll talk about
if you
later.
think about it,
5-star match.
if you think about it, there's 3 legitimate tag teams on Raw. It's Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan for whatever reason. Sheamus and Cesaro and the Revival. They're really arid with tag teams. They don't have any legitimate tag teams.
The Club.
And the thing is, Slater and Rhino should be legitimate. They're good enough to be. They're the first
They're
champions.
kind of over.
They have Cheese Whiz.
You know what I'm waiting for is I'm waiting for Rhino to just lose it one night, and
break up another tag team.
Because that's all we need. 2017, the year of the breaking up the tag teams.
Anyway.
Yeah, so next award,
ECW.
holy shit moment of the... Or no, breakout star of the year. Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman. Braun
Yeah.
Strowman.
Does
Yeah.
this even need a
Hold on,
description?
hold on,
No.
let me-
Really
Yeah.
doesn't.
He's been red hot. Adam, do you have anyone different?
I didn't have anyone written down.
See,
so.
Braun Strowman.
All right,
is
let's
the
go with
most-
Braun Strowman.
Braun
So-
Strowman is the
I-
most entertaining thing on SmackDown.
Just for the-
On Raw. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I love him.
Yeah.
If I could say someone different, is there a women's star of the year on there?
Yes, there is.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. I was gonna say a female wrestler, but I'm gonna hold her aside for women's star of the year.
Okay.
Because I don't want to wreck it.
So
I'm just
yeah,
gonna say
Braun Strowman, self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Holy shit moment of the year. I just wrote down War Games.
Raw.
Just War Games.
Yeah.
That
So
was
this-
like Spot Fest, the pay per
It
view.
was superplex off the top of the cage. I think the moment I specifically was thinking of when Alexander Wolf almost died, German
Oh my
suplexing
God.
whichever one of the authors of Pain it was.
And
He
then,
cracked his head on the table and he was just bleeding
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, the superplex. That superplex was onto everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. the 2 superplexes in the middle of the ring, and everyone is involved in there except for Adam Cole, who just kind of sits there and he's like, "Ha I'm the freaking best." And then the authors of Pain
No,
get up
Adam
and,
Cole was the one taking the superplex.
No. I'm talking about you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
you're
about.
talking
Oh,
about-
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. And then he just sits there and he's like, "Ha I'm the best." And then the authors of Pain get up and they're like, "What you say?"
And he's
then
like, oh,
Adam's Adam's like, "All right, bye." And starts climbing the cage.
Then
Good
Roddy.
match,
Yeah. Anyone have anything different? I think we covered all the bases with War Games.
If I could throw in a second one, I'd like to say Jinder winning the title at Backlash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
But that was a disappointing version of it.
It's
We had hope.
yeah.
I was optimistic when he won the title, and then I saw it on SmackDown 2 days later, and I was like, this is awful.
Because
This is just awful.
we were actually there.
It was so.
I marked out, and I punched Remy's glasses off of his face.
That's a long story. Anyway.
It was a bad omen.
We believe.
Yeah, so anyway, next up, worst feud of the year. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt for me. For one, so their last match, the match at No Mercy, which wasn't even the conclusive match of the feud, at least it wasn't supposed to be, was pretty good. Other than that, they didn't really tear down the house. The promos were awful. Just awful. There was no real direction with the story. There wasn't really even a story. It was just like, you say weird things and wear face paint. I want to fight you.
Oh, just like with the Bray Wyatt Seth Rollins feud.
There wasn't really a story, and then
See, that feud was because Bray Wyatt was jealous of Seth getting on the cover of the video game.
that's
Promotional storyline.
That's the non-canon story. But yeah, Balor and Wyatt, like, you don't wish anyone to get sick, but Bray coming down with that illness, with the viral meningitis, was the best thing that could have happened to him at that time.
And then we got AJ Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Now,
Any other candidates?
I'm gonna see. Initially, I said Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt, but the more I let it sit, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt wasn't like pushed to a main event spot, so I could easily forget about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Shinsuke versus Jinder was my worst feud of the year.
Yeah.
I could go with that.
Because Jinder was just awful at mic skills and building this feud. It reverted to jokes about Shinsuke's look, which is like schoolyard bullying bullshit.
It was dumb.
And not even that, he was so bad on the mic. I had sort of conspiracy of sorts that they had. When someone's bad on the mic, you kind of have to carry them. Shinsuke should not be carrying someone while talking.
No, and then like they got to the matches and
And the matches were just
bad.
awful.
They were bad. The
All of them were bad.
SummerSlam match especially. Shinsuke just couldn't carry him.
See, like
Just can't carry Jinder is just not good.
the best.
I was initially going to say Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal, but it's more just boring.
Punjabi prison.
Hey, look.
Oh my God, there was a candidate for best return. The Great Khali.
Anyway, that's essentially my pick.
Yeah.
The best part of it was Jinder says, "You people are offensive. I'm not racist, yet I'm gonna say that Shinsuke looks like Mr. Miyagi having a seizure."
Yeah.
Contradictory storytelling.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I mean, he's a heel.
Yeah,
He's a heel.
but still.
But he also
But the
sucks.
foreign
Yeah.
heel gimmick is garbage, and there's such thing as a crappy heel.
Yeah.
I just remember that comment, like it was that or something about Pikachu. Like there was a comment that he made on a promo, and everyone got all up in arms. And
Oh,
like,
it was the one where like he pronounced all the L's as R's and was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
You all rook the same.
you all rook the same. Yeah, that was bad.
That's
That was
not how
kinda
That was
mean.
bad.
like that may have worked in the '80s, but no.
Yeah. Adam, you have anything different? Or all right, yeah. So let's move on. Non WWE feud of the year. So we get to talk about New Japan finally.
Oh man.
Hey, there's more outside of
I-
WWE than New Japan.
But New Japan's the best.
I
What
feel
about
like-
TNA?
Okay, shut up.
I feel like we all have the same one for this. But let's
Okada
go for it.
Omega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have something different.
Ooh.
Get ready for this. This is my
Hot take of the
hot take of the night.
Hot take of the year because it's the end of the year special show.
Got him. Hangman Page versus Joey Ryan.
Oh my God!
Oh
my
my
God!
God! Does it count as feud of the year? Even
Yeah,
though it hasn't
yeah.
finished yet.
Oh my God!
Because if that's the case, then I'm gonna say Omega and Jericho.
They haven't had a match yet, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's
To be fair, I don't. Yeah, but
But like the
Let's-
whole concept of the feud, though, who's more hung, Joey Ryan or Hangman Page? Yeah. All right. So that's that for that. WWE feud of the year. I went with the New Day and the Usos.
ditto.
Yeah. So their Battleground match, I need to go back and watch that. That match was really good. The SummerSlam match was even better, and you could argue the Hell in a Cell match was even better.
I would, yeah.
Just 3 really great matches and like 5 title changes. It's fine. It's fine.
It was a good, yeah.
The Usos have had the absolute year of their career. The New Day are just great.
Plus, the end of the feud was great, too.
Yeah, the Usos turn face. They're just like, New Day. Respect.
Yo, I'm gonna be a little different. I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but I like Cesaro and Hardy's. That was my favorite feud.
That was a lot of fun.
That was really, yeah.
Yeah. It kind of goes along
because
with the whole...
it went with their heel turn and their like introduction of their bar gimmick, and it was just great.
Yeah.
Once again, another trilogy of matches that was just perfect in my opinion.
Yeah. Jonesy?
Just to comment off of that, it's like the Brock Kurt storyline from 2003. It's just, hey, we're big guys, we like to wrestle each other. No, but like my pick, I'm gonna go different as well, and I'm gonna say Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman.
That's a really that was the great. I think that was the best singles feud of the year.
Because like at the Rumble, Braun attacks Roman, and everyone's like, holy shit! And then Fastlane happened, but we don't talk about Fastlane. WrestleMania comes and goes, and then Payback, Braun beats Roman cleanly, and everyone's like, holy shit! And then Great Balls of Fire. Braun wins again, but then Roman throws him in the ambulance.
That should have been a double turn. But.
Attempted murder. That was attempted murder. But yeah, no, I thought they went absolutely nuts with this feud, and it was just so much fun. From the I'm not finished with you to hospitalizing Roman and everything with the ambulance, I thought it was just a great time. It was just, and my favorite moment was that match that Roman and Samoa Joe had on Raw in like June, July 2017, and then the ambulance comes back. It's like beep, 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 and then the door opens, the Braun comes out, the crowd pops, and then he's like, "Ugh!" It's like, oh my god! And then he just beats him up. It was so fun. But yeah, Roman Braun.
Yeah, okay, so next up, the best NXT takeover. They were all great. San Antonio, Orlando, Chicago, Brooklyn 3, War Games. I went with Brooklyn, personally. Every match on that show was just great, and it all was capped off with the debut of Adam Cole, Baby. Yeah,
2 fingers.
that was that.
Yeah. I have something different actually on that one though.
Is it the same as me?
Go for it.
Chicago.
No, it's actually not.
Chicago was really great, though.
Chicago was really great.
I mean, being a Chicago guy, my heart will always be loyal to Chicago. However, I'm putting War Games. You had Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream.
Honorable mention for feud of the year.
Yeah. I think that was probably the NXT feud of the year, Black and Dream.
Yeah, that match just, holy cow. That brought charisma to a whole new level.
Velveteen Dream is a star.
Yeah,
he's a star.
I personally, before, I was not okay with Velveteen Dream before. He just felt like, your Walmart brand Prince.
Right.
No offense to Walmart.
That's how I describe him. He's Prince if Prince was 6'2" and jacked.
Yeah, and for the record, Prince was about 5'3".
Yeah, right.
However, the War Games match, everything about that show was great.
Yeah. Andrade Cien Almas winning the title, shockingly.
Yeah, I'm still not over with him, but...
Yeah, I think he's a transitional champion. I genuinely just think Gargano's winning the title at Philadelphia.
Yeah, I think that's just how they're gonna have McIntyre return on the main roster.
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to that because now he feels strong.
And then they're finally going to reunite 3-man band.
Thank God.
World 3-man band.
Thank God. Yeah. Remy, your pick?
I already said feud of the year.
Okay, NXT.
Oh, that's NXT. I'm sorry.
Takeover.
Chicago.
Yeah. So Chicago had maybe the match of the year in NXT. Yeah, that was that show. It was just a really good show.
It's good and you should watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Jonesy, your pick?
I'm sticking with Brooklyn.
Yeah, all right. We've said our piece about Brooklyn.
Yeah.
No sleep too. Anyway.
Yeah. So best pay-per-view of the year in WWE, guys. I want to hear yours first because mine's kind of a hot take.
Fastlane.
Shut up.
Get out of here. Leave.
Nah.
No. Everyone knows the best pay-per-view was Battleground.
Actually, my kind of hot take was, well, it's weird. It's weird to think about. Actually, now that I think about it,
just quit thinking and start talking.
it was WrestleMania 33.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I had.
It had the return of the Hardys. It had the Undertaker's very emotional,
maybe retirement.
maybe retirement.
Probably.
You never know, kids. He could
And
be
it had
able to-
I mean,
Austin
there's
Aries.
rumors they might go with Cena Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Austin Aries versus Neville. What else? AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon, which was surprisingly good.
Yeah.
What else? Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho was kind of meh, but I liked it.
It's fun.
I think all the matches on the card were good to great, and I think the Return of the Hardys really let me white hot for this entire show. And plus I did actually really like the Seth Rollins and Triple H match a lot.
That was one of the 3 best matches on the show.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Goldberg Lesnar was the best match on the show.
Okay.
I
I like Goldberg.
That was just so much fun for 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Well, one thing I'll say about that too is we also saw on the pre-show the first hints of Mojo Mania.
Oh yeah, Mojo Mania, teaming up with Gronk to take out Jinder Mahal, who wasn't a
Fantastic.
main eventer at the time. He was still
Yeah,
a
we were-
jobber.
and we didn't know because like we were so puzzled as to why Jinder made it into the final 2. Oh, we didn't know what we were in for at that time.
It was to lose. It was to lose.
It was a bad omen coming.
Anyway, yeah, that's my pick.
Yeah, my pick for best pay-per-view of the year was the Royal Rumble.
Okay, that would have been my number 2.
Yeah, so
See, Roman
so
Reigns is number 30, so no.
so you gotta. So the women's match, Bayley versus Charlotte, that was solid. That was a good match. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, that was Owens' best match as Universal Champion.
Okay.
AJ Styles versus John Cena, just one of the best matches of the year, straight
Oh,
up.
Mm.
The Royal Rumble match was really good until Roman Reigns came out. Like, I really enjoyed that Rumble.
I swear to God, if Roman wasn't in it, it would have been pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
Like replace him with like I don't know Hornswoggle or something.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, the thing is, like,
Yeah, Joe.
Randy Orton winning the Rumble in 2017 was not exciting, but it was just because, like, he beat Roman Reigns that we all just marked. I know I marked when Orton won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I marked a little bit when what's his name? Goldberg won that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Goldberg comes out and he just tosses Lesnar like it's nothing, and it's like, this is awesome storytelling.
Yeah. For the sake of being different and for being, just a little out there, I'm gonna say, Great Balls of Fire.
That was my runner-up.
You know what? That was
Yeah.
a really good show.
It was a really good pay-per-view because when it was announced last spring that they were gonna make a pay-per-view called Great Balls of Fire, everyone ran jokes about it on Twitter. They'd be like, "Oh my God, that's a
Yeah,
terrible
funny.
name. Jerry Lee Lewis is rolling and it's great." Jerry Lee
Especially since the original logo they made was literally a dick and balls.
Lewis. Yeah.
That's why they changed it.
Brock and Joe
Disappointing.
was it. It was good. It was okay. It was kind of like Shinsuke and Dolph, but they
So
made
it wasn't good.
they made. Now hear me out.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Go ahead.
It was okay. They did an okay job with it. Could it have been better? Of course, but they did what they could with it. Cesaro and the Hardys had an amazing match.
Fantastic.
Fantastic match. You had Bliss and Sasha. You had Neville and Akira Tozawa on the kickoff show. It was a great night. It was just a great night. And heels won all the way through if you don't count that match between Heath Slater and Kurt Hawkins. Which, yeah, it happened. And we didn't even see the finish, so
Yeah.
there you go. But
So-
hey,
All right, next up we have Tag Team of the Year. You could really go WWE or outside of WWE because, like, the thing is, WWE has the best tag team division in the world. But anyway, I went with the Usos. I wasn't super hot on them initially when they turned heel and took the titles off of American Alpha because American Alpha didn't really have time to shine or anything. But the Usos have just been so good. Their feud with the New Day, I already said, I think it was the feud of the year. It's just awesome. And they've really come into their characters. They feel much more natural than those dancing Samoans that they were a couple years ago.
yeah.
It's kind of a tie for me. Not really. I'm gonna go ahead and say Cesaro. I was gonna say the Young Bucks, but like the more I think about it, I think Cesaro had better matches overall.
Yeah, I don't think the Young Bucks have had a particularly great year. They're still great.
They're still great. I just think this year they didn't have any 5 stars.
They didn't really stand out.
They had a match with the Hardy Boys.
That was awesome.
That was a
awesome.
great
That's what made me
match.
think about it. I was
The
like,
Young
okay.
Bucks were good. They didn't really stand out.
Yeah. Hopefully next year's a little better for them. But I'm gonna go with Cesaro. I think they had once again the same trilogy with the Hardys. I would say Hardys, but a part of me is saying that those 3 matches were their best and they didn't really stand out. Much like the Young Bucks didn't really stand out for the rest of the year. I think Cesaro stood out all the way through.
Yeah. See, I actually did put the Bucks, seeing as not only were maybe they weren't necessarily stand out in the sense of they stood above everyone else by a long shot. However, in the ring they were consistently great.
True.
They're very charismatic.
No.
Okay. They did put on a few good matches. Not only from the tag division, but also the 6-man tag.
Right.
They held the
That's
titles on both ends, and to me, that does speak quite a bit.
I mean, you could say the Young Bucks didn't have an absolute great year, but the Elite, they had a good year.
I think one thing worth pointing out, Hot Topic started selling, New Japan Ring of Honor gear, and the Young Bucks became the best-selling T-shirt at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes to just how big they are.
And just how big New Japan and Bullet Club and all that stuff is getting.
Ring of Honor too.
People have found a alternative to WWE this year more than ever. As a matter of fact, my hot take is that New Japan wasn't really that popular until this year.
They were kind of popular, but Kenny Omega especially really helped out, bring them more mainstream attention.
Well, because he's not American. He's American.
Yeah,
North
but
American.
His matches with Okada were just like, wow, there's a really great alternative out there, and it's cool.
Yeah.
In effect, we've also seen, for me, that alternative isn't even New Japan. It's Ring of Honor.
Right.
The Ring of Honor is easier to watch. That's the thing.
Oh
yeah. I mean,
to me, it's more fun.
Here with Ring of Honor, it's like they actually have a weekly show.
Yeah.
New Japan doesn't have a weekly show.
They have,
They just have Road to whatever the next big show is, and then the big show.
Well, it's the
and then tournaments and whatever. But yeah,
Big Show, comeback of the year. No. I'm just gonna say bar. I'm just gonna say the bar.
Go bar.
we've said all we need to say.
Yeah.
So next up, female superstar of the year,
Here we go.
Asuka.
I'm gonna challenge that. You see.
No, go.
Oh, okay. So, sorry, they were just doing something. So I'm gonna go out and say Alexa Bliss.
Same.
Asuka is a really good choice, but hear me out. So Bliss started out the year as the SmackDown Women's Champion. Okay, she lost the title to Naomi at Elimination Chamber. Then they had that whole thing where I think it was Naomi got injured or something, and then Bliss got the belt back, loses the title at Mania, goes to Raw, immediately wins the Raw Women's title at Payback, and then holds it all the way to SummerSlam, where she loses it to Sasha Banks.
For no reason.
And then, a week later, wins it back, and she's been holding it up to this point. So I think Bliss, I want to say Bliss has held some kind of title for a solid 80-90% of the entire year, whatever belt, whenever. And she's had so many matches with
Sorry for all the sneezing and coughing, everybody. There's something going around. Cold and everything.
I was really cold.
It's almost as
2 days
disgusting as Jinder Mahal's title run.
Yeah, I'm trying to fight off strep, and it's okay. It's fine.
But yeah, no. Bliss had so many matches with Sasha Banks and Bayley and Mickie James and Nia Jax and Emma and Becky Lynch and Charlotte, and they were all good to decent to great to awesome.
I'm gonna refuse. I don't think Alexa had any great matches all year.
Payback, but.
Well, yeah, I guess,
Well,
but
I don't know. I think all of her matches were enjoyable.
she didn't have any bad matches, unless you consider the 6-pack challenge at WrestleMania bad, which I guess you could, because
It was a mess, but
I liked it.
It was
cut
alright.
short.
It wasn't.
It wasn't bad. It was
Yeah.
just a mess.
I just think Asuka, like Alexa is a great talker and she's
Oh, yeah.
charismatic, but like Asuka, without saying much, is so much more charismatic than Alexa, and she's such a better wrestler than Alexa, and also she hasn't lost.
Yeah.
She's
Well, I mean,
undefeated,
that's a booking thing too.
Mhm.
but she doesn't lose because she's better than everyone.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I think Asuka's me as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Alexa's my runner-up.
I respect that.
Alexa's my runner-up too. She
Yeah.
had a really great year. I'm not trying to like bring her down or anything. She had a really great
She
year.
has a really nice belt.
Personality.
Well, my reason for putting Alexa above Asuka is just that throughout the entirety of, I'm not including NXT in my talking here, I guess. So that is a little bit flawed. However, as far as the main roster goes, she's been here the whole time. We've only seen her for a little bit, and being a guy that hasn't really watched much in the way of NXT, as of yet, like you could tell Asuka is going to be something.
Yeah.
However, she's going to be your star. Like she's going to be the one who wins this award in 2018, not 17.
If you get the chance, go watch Asuka versus Ember Moon at Brooklyn 3. That was easily the best women's match of the year. I thought it was the best match on that show, which was a really great show.
The best match of Ember Moon's career so far.
Yeah. If you get the chance, go watch that match.
Yep,
Go watch it.
It's one of maybe like the 3 best women's matches ever.
It's a 4.75 star match because it's WWE.
It's so good.
It's amazing.
I mean, like I don't think it's a 5-star match anyway, but like it was really, really good.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah, if you get the chance, go watch that.
Mhm.
So next up, male superstar of the year in WWE and out of WWE. Okay.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah,
I got Kenny.
Outside of WWE, it's Kenny Omega. So like,
Yeah.
you could argue Okada because like he was the other half of those classic matches with Omega,
Yeah.
but Omega,
I think both hold the same weight if you choose one
it's
or
like
the other.
it's like the Elite thing we talked about earlier. How big the Elite is, and the Bullet Club, and Hot Topic, and the T-shirts and all that. And Kenny's just like he's more charismatic than Okada. He's a better talker than Okada. Yeah, I mean, him being able to speak both English and Japanese helps.
Yeah, the fact that he speaks Japanese is the coolest part.
So yeah, Omega. In WWE, with Braun Strowman.
And also, he is the center of my absolute favorite feud right now. Jericho.
Oh,
versus
yeah,
Omega.
yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
have much time. They don't have much TV time, but it's all like press conferences and back and forth. And just it's amazing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that match a little more
Yeah,
later.
I'm looking forward to talking about that.
Yeah, so in WWE, I went with Braun Strowman as my
Okay.
superstar of the year. It's so close between him and AJ Styles, because AJ started and finished the year as WWE champion. But Braun, he was just stuck on Raw in a bad situation in that he could not be world champion because of Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
And the whole plan is Brock versus Roman. But the thing is, like, it occurred to me at some point during the year, like, it's not even a joke. Roman is like he was the 4th most over guy in the main event of SummerSlam. Like, Joe, Braun, and Brock were all way more over. Like, why is Roman the one to take the title off of Brock?
Because he's Roman.
Because Roman's strong. But
Yes.
Braun's pretty damn strong, too.
But he's not Roman strong.
So, yeah, Braun, he's been the hottest act on Raw all year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I have a bit of a hot take on this one, actually.
Go for it.
Yeah, you're going to think it's dumb.
But I respect it.
We respectful
All
wrestling
right.
discourse.
I kind of missed out on that part because, you know me, I'm not respectful. The Miz.
Yes,
You know what?
I was thinking the same thing.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
My little bit of thought process here is that, one, when he comes out, you know something's happening.
He's a great talker.
Maybe
the best talker in WWE.
I was going to say that exactly. He's also the guy that makes his respective belt feel the most important.
Mhm.
Like, whenever he would come out with the Intercontinental title, not only did it look right on him, like, it looked like it belonged, but it looked important. Now, hot take here, to me, it felt like he made the Intercontinental title feel like the most important belt in all of WWE.
I think on the main roster, I think that's fair because
Yeah.
like you look at the world titles, and Brock, he's never around, so it's like Raw might as well not have a world title.
It doesn't feel
And then
like it.
Yeah, and for a long time, Jinder was champion, and he was just awful, and the WWE title felt like nothing.
6 months.
And yeah, the U.S. titles felt like nothing for a long time.
Like,
Yeah, I think that's fair.
yeah.
I think that's fair.
If I could add on to that, Miz is kind of like the male equivalent of Alexa Bliss. He's really charismatic. He's a really good talker. He's not particularly a standout performer. Not to say that
He's exactly like Alexa. He's a great talker and an average worker.
Yeah. His
And-
best matches.
For his
I think
respected
his
gender,
wrestling
decently
skill
looking.
is
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, like he had
He's
some.
a good big guy.
He had some utter barnstormers with Dolph Ziggler, but those were all in 2016. And I'm just having trouble thinking of any standout because he started out the feud with that. He started out the year with feuding with Dean Ambrose, which was just.
That was
And they,
a
oh
feud.
god, they feuded for like 7 months.
That was very close to being one of my worst feuds of the year. If Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Or,
Thing is, like, it wasn't bad in any way. It just went on for
It
way too
dragged.
long.
yeah,
And then he went off to feud with Cena for a little bit. Then he went back to feuding with Ambrose all the way to Great Balls of Fire. Then he had that thing with Jason Jordan, which was and then he teamed up with what's his name, and yeah,
He's done his job really well. Now the feuds haven't been particularly great. I think his thing with the Shield and Roman Reigns in particular, it's been good. But overall, the feuds have not been great. But he himself has had a very good year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
in all honesty, he's the guy that I'm most looking forward to seeing return.
He dropped
Wow.
the Kurt Angle, all right.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah. So that's that. We're gonna move on to our final award, Match of the Year in WWE and outside of WWE. So, okay, guys, you can go first.
All right, this is kind of it's going to be one of the Omega Okadas, but you guys are going to be pretty interested in which one I pick. I'm going to go ahead and say Omega versus Okada 3
That's what I said.
At
too.
G1.
at G1.
Yeah.
Why? Because the storytelling of that match was great.
So that match was like really intriguing going in because it's like the match at Wrestle Kingdom was like 46 minutes, and the match at Dominion was a time limit draw, 60-minute time limit draw.
Yeah.
And it was like, how are they going to do all their stuff in less than 30 minutes? Because at G1, every match has a 30-minute time limit.
Yeah, and it's like, it was so, like, also there was a head injury, and it was just like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and what was it, before this, Omega never hit
The one-winged angel.
the one-winged angel on Okada.
Well,
did.
he hit it at Dominion, but Okada miraculously got his foot on the ropes. He never...
Dominion was 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, oh my god, those matches were so unbelievable.
It was great. So the third one is the hot take, because to a lot of people, it's more or less, I believe, the weakest.
So,
If you go
I-
by Meltzer
honest-
scale, the weakest was the first one, and everything got better after that.
honestly, like,
6 stars.
I think the G1 one, I think the G1 match was my favorite, not because of the quality of the match or anything, but it was like 46 minutes and 60 minutes. That's a long time for a match. It's a really long time for a match. And while like the G1 match wasn't my match of the year, it was my favorite of the 3 encounters that those two men had, because it was like 25 minutes
Yeah.
or something like that. Really good. It's really great.
Great match.
Yeah, my match of the year was also from G1, but it wasn't Omega Okada. It was Omega versus Naito in the G1 final. Now, Naito, he might be my favorite wrestler right now, and this whole year has been like his redemption tour. Like, he beats Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom 11, putting away that demon. Then he eventually lost the title to Tanahashi anyway, but that's fine.
but that's fine.
So he goes to G1, he beats Tanahashi again, and then he faces Omega in the G1 final. And Omega was the one, if you remember last year, who beat Naito to go to the final of the G1. So now this was like one of the final. This is like the second to last demon that Naito needed to put away in his redemption tour. The last one being the main event of the Tokyo Dome. And now this match was so good. It was like 33 minutes long. And there was this one spot that I was like, oh my god, Omega's dead. It was a pile driver through the table, except the table like slid over a few inches, so Omega's head just grazed the side of the table and they just crashed to the floor. I was like, oh my god, he's dead. There's going to be blood pouring from his head. But anyway, the match was phenomenal, and Naito won. He's going to face Okada at the main event of the Tokyo Dome, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. yeah, that's my match of the year.
I agree with 3. Omega
Three.
Okada
Yeah,
3.
Yeah.
So
We've talked a lot about that. Jonesy, do you have any pick for match of the year outside of WWE?
I'm just gonna go with 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, cool. So in WWE, I went with Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne at NXT TakeOver Chicago.
Ooh.
Now, it's really just because
Did up.
they call that style of wrestling British strong style, which British wrestling is more about like grappling, like actual mat wrestling and grappling.
If you watch like WCPW and stuff, you'll know what we're talking about.
Right, and then the strong style, which is the Japanese style wrestling, which is just hard hitting storytelling, guys just beating the hell out of each other. You combine it, and it's just magic.
Oh, my
It's
Lord.
absolute magic. Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne at
Great.
TakeOver Chicago, and Pete Dunne won. He's the UK champion. I think Meltzer gave it like 4 3/4. It should have been 5. It's fine. It was so good.
Got a good
Should have
match.
been 5 stars. So there's 2 obvious ones in WWE that you could pick for this year. There's Dunn Bate, and then there's another one which you 2 might have.
I did.
That I'm not gonna say, not to spoil it, but like mine is not going to be one of those 2. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say match of the year was Velveteen Dream, Aleister Black.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It was perfect from the storytelling to the match pace. It was so good. We were all on the edge of our seats. I was like,
It was
I
great.
genuinely believe it was a
But
5-star match.
Jonesy, were you talking about that second one being AJ Styles versus John Cena?
Yes.
Because I feel like that's the other obvious one.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Like
We
at the
talked
end-
about it earlier.
I know, but like at the end of that War Games match, it was just enjoy infamy, Velveteen Dream. That was
Fantastic.
It was
perfect.
a 4.5-star match and a 5-star segment.
Yeah,
I'd
But
say
anyways.
it just has a whole 5.
Yeah.
match of the year.
Yeah, so
Really great.
that wraps up our
Our end of the year awards, but the episode is not over yet.
Dun dun dun.
It's closed.
Yeah, we're going to give our predictions for WrestleKingdom 12
For the title.
for the Predictions Championship, which Remy is the current champion.
For the Omega
Two-time.
Okada.
He beat me at Clash of Champions to regain the title. But anyway, predictions for WrestleKingdom 12. I'm so excited for this show.
It's going to be great.
I haven't been so excited for a wrestling show in a long time. So there's 10 matches on the show, but we're going to cover 9 of them because the other one is the New Japan Rumble, which we don't even know who's going to be in the New Japan Rumble, so forget it. So, the first match, Roppongi 3K, Sho and Yo against the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson
I have no idea.
for the Junior Tag Team Championship.
Let him finish this sentence.
I don't care. I don't know. So I'm just going to go Young Bucks and call it a day.
Okay.
You know what?
Same, Adam?
Yeah, I'm going Bucks.
Yeah, okay. Jonesy?
You know, I want to say, I want to say Rapongo just for the sake. You're looking at me like that. I know. I wanted to say that for the sake of it's Wrestle Kingdom, and it would really throw the crowd off. Like Young Bucks are gonna win, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Rapongo didn't win." But like, again, this is what
Jonesy, cut to the chase.
Yeah, cut to the chase.
Rapongo.
Jonesy.
Okay.
Cut the shit.
Okay.
No.
Cut that shit.
I'm also going with Roppongi 3K for this reason, for a couple reasons. One, Roppongi 3K are the new up-and-coming stars, and they
Makes
could use a big win better.
And here's
they,
the thing, Young Bucks do put people over.
They lost last year to Roppongi Vice, which was Beretta and... What's his face? I don't remember. Roppongi Vice. And the other reason, the Young Bucks, they have limited dates in Japan. Like, they're not always going to be around in Japan. So I don't know if it makes too much sense to put the titles on them right now.
I mean, they put Brock for the whole year.
But yeah, so that's that. I go with Roppongi 3K.
Alright, sure. Alright, next up.
The Never Openweight 6-man Tag Team Championships. You have Bullet Club, which is Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bad Luck Fale, against Taguchi Japan, which is Rizuke, Taguchi, Juice Robinson, and Togi Makabe, against Chaos, which is Beretta, Toriano, and Tomohiro Ishii. Then you have War Machine and Michael Elgin. And then you have Suzuki Gun, which is Tai Chi, Takashi Iizuka, and Zack Sabre Jr.
decision.
I honestly I had no idea how to predict this one.
I have no idea how to pronounce it.
Out of the liberty of
Hiroka.
What?
That team. The team with
Yeah.
Hiroka.
God, which one was that?
what the okay.
This is why I don't get into New Japan.
There's
It's
too much going on.
It's so confusing. It's like anime. It's so confusing.
See, I don't do that.
Let's just go by factions then. We got Bullet Club, Chaos, Suzuki-gun, Taguchi Japan, and then War Machine and Michael Elgin.
So it's a 5-way match?
It's a 5-way.
Oh my
What
lord.
was the one with Ishii?
With Ishii, that's Chaos.
That's the one I'm going with.
Okay, I'm going with Suzuki-gun.
I'm just gonna go with
Wait, which one is Hiroka team?
None of them. I don't.
You said Tatashi Hiroka or something.
I don't know. Just pick a team. I don't
The
know.
one with War Machine. There we go.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say Bullet Club.
Okay.
Just out of the same.
Good. We all picked a different one.
I like
Good. Good.
Club is club.
All right. Next match. Kota Ibushi versus Cody.
Ooh.
I
Kota
want
Ibushi.
Cody to win.
You're going. So Jonesy, you're going with Cody.
Yeah,
Remy,
let me
you're
go-
going with Kota Ibushi.
Because Cody doesn't really go to New Japan that much, so I don't.
Yeah.
Nice.
See,
Hold on.
I would love to see Cody win, but it's going to be Ibushi.
Okay. Jonesy.
No, it's like because Cody just lost the belt to Dalton Castle at Final Battle. So yeah, I think because first off, this is going to definitely be the best match of Cody's career, win or lose.
Should be.
It should be. Okay, it's like I want Cody to win so that he can bounce back. I don't want him to like go away into the shadows or anything.
He won't. Trust me.
He'll still be around. New Japan World Title. No, but
Your official prediction is
Cody.
Cody. Okay.
Now there's actually.
Remy, Adam, I'm proud of you for picking Kota Ibushi. I'm also picking Kota Ibushi. Now here's the
I'm
reason
gonna
why.
switch it to Cody.
Okay.
I need
Only
to be
because-
guys. I need to be more different. I need to be more
Okay,
different.
Adam, I'm proud of you for picking Kota Ibushi. Here's why Kota Ibushi's winning. All right, so Cody drops the Ring of Honor title to Dalton Castle, making this match not for the Ring of Honor title. It's just Cody versus Kota Ibushi. Now, if you remember a few months ago, you probably don't because you don't follow New Japan super close.
Oh.
Kota Ibushi wanted Kenny Omega at the Tokyo Dome, but then Chris Jericho happened, and that's a much bigger match.
Yes.
Kota Ibushi still wants Kenny Omega, and so they need to build Ibushi up to face Omega.
Yep.
What better way to build Ibushi up to face the leader of the Bullet Club than to face to beat the underboss of the Bullet Club, Cody? Ibushi.
I switch it back to Ibushi.
Fine. Ibushi. I think Ibushi's winning.
It's like, I'll switch it back. Just don't be proud of me.
So, next up, the IWGP Tag Team.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Is that I want to keep the title, and I don't know that much about New Japan, so I'm just kind of going with it.
That's why I'm letting you guys predict first because I know it
You
better
also
than you
have
guys.
one. You also have one choice. You also have one like during the show. We have one change.
IWGP Tag Team Championship. Davey Boy Smith Jr. and Lance Archer against Sonata and Evil. It's the Killer Elite Squad against Los Ingobernables de Japón. Guys,
Killer Elite Squad.
okay.
Los
Adam.
Ingobernables.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also going with LIJ. I think this is their night. Sonata and Evil.
Okay, moving on.
Never Openweight Championship, Hair versus Hair. Minoru Suzuki against Hiroki Goto. I have no idea.
Hiroki Goto.
No,
I-
I'm going Suzuki because he has the same last name as Ichiro, and I like Ichiro.
Okay.
Now,
I have no idea, so I'm going to go with Goto.
is one of them the guy that carries around this stuffed animal?
No,
Okay.
no, that's no.
That's different.
And for the background, Ichiro is a baseball player.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with this.
I picked
Jonesy, Suzuki, or
I
Goto?
picked Suzuki.
Okay.
Okay.
And now the next match, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship Fatal 4-Way match. I think possibly the toughest match on the show to predict outside of the six-man nonsense. Marty Scurll, Will Ospreay, Kushida, and Hiromu Takahashi. Guys,
I like Marty Scurll, so Marty Scurll.
okay.
Takahashi just to be different.
Adam?
I'm thinking Skrull just seeing as how good he's been, especially lately.
Yeah.
Momentum.
Yeah, he has a lot of momentum going for him, and he feels like a winner.
Yeah, I went back and forth so many times
He's a
picking
pop
this
star.
match because I don't know what the story is because the rivalry for the last year has been Hiromu versus Kushida, but it's also been Skrull versus Ospreay, because Ospreay's never beaten Skrull. And then Hiromu and Kushida have faced off 3 times, and Hiromu's won twice, trying to establish himself as the new ace of the junior heavyweight division. So, God, this is a tough one. I'm gonna say Kushida.
Okay.
You know what? Can I change mine to Will Ospreay? I want to change it to Will Ospreay.
Go for it.
Will Ospreay.
In that case, I'm gonna change mine to Hiromu because I wanted to pick Hiromu.
I'm sorry, guys. This is a dumpster fire, but hey, it's a lovable dumpster fire.
It's fine. It's fine.
We're marks that only watch WWE. But no.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Close the Raven.
Yeah. Next.
What a mark.
What a mark.
What a market. Next match. Third from the top. Intercontinental Championship. Hiroshi Tanahashi against Jay White.
Tanahashi.
White.
I'm going with Jay White. I think this is the perfect opportunity for Tanahashi. I should really stop explaining myself because then you guys change your predictions based on my explanations.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm sticking
I'm
with
not.
Tanahashi.
I'm glad he
sticking
hasn't.
with Tanahashi.
I'm
Keep
going
calling
with-
me out.
I'm going with Jay White because this is the perfect opportunity for Tanahashi to make a star, and he's at that point in his career where he's like the elder statesman of New Japan, and he can lose on the big stage and still be a big star. So Jay White. Jay White. Next match, Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho.
Oh,
All right, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
Omega.
I don't know.
Because Jericho's not coming back. Clearly, he's a one.
He said he may be open to future dates, but I feel like Jericho is just like I'm here for the spectacle and to put on the best match of my career. I'm totally cool with losing.
Yeah.
This will be.
Well, here's the thing. There's this weird build up to a Naito. Like he's threw a lot of shade at him.
Well, because Jericho was like, yeah, this is the co-main event. There's 2 main events, and Naito's like, no, me and Okada is the main event. There's only one main event. Because the story with this is it's like, this is Naito's first main event at the Tokyo Dome, even though he won G1 a number of years ago and got to face Okada at the Tokyo Dome for the title. This is his first main event because there was a fan vote. What should be the main event of WrestleKingdom XIII? Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Shinsuke Nakamura or Okada versus Naito? And Tanahashi Nakamura won. So Naito was denied his main event. So Naito is passionate about his match being the main event, and Jericho didn't take kindly to that.
Well, you know what? Chris Jericho is a cool TV show. And,
He's a cool dad.
He's got a cool band.
He leaves the liquor cabinet unlocked when he goes out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Omega. I'm going with Omega.
Omega. Yeah.
Omega.
And the final one.
And Adam, your official prediction? I could oddly see Jericho winning for like no reason, but
It's also for the title.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it is for the title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for the title, I could see Jericho winning, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's for the U.S. title.
Yeah, and in that case, I would probably say Omega. However, yeah, simply because, like we said, Jericho's not looking to be a full-time piece.
Right. All right, now for the main event of the evening.
It's not my main event.
Shut up. IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Kazuchika Okada versus Tetsuya Naito. Guys,
Okada versus Naito.
Well, here's the thing. Naito's going to win.
Naito.
This is his first main event, so he's going to win.
This is Naito's night to
I know
shine.
New Japan, ladies and gentlemen.
He is the top star of New Japan.
It's Naito.
Actually, Omega's the top star.
Well, excuse me,
Actually, Chris
princess.
Jericho is the
Actually,
no.
Okada is too.
Okada's the ace, but Naito's the top star.
Are you sure he hasn't won a title yet?
No,
Oh.
Naito's catchphrase is New Japan's top star is me, but in Japanese because he doesn't speak English.
Well, backstroke of
What
the
a
West.
mark.
That's
Everybody's good.
You
So, yeah.
mark.
Yeah, Naito. I think it'll be a really great match.
Yeah, I think all these matches are going to be pretty damn good.
Adam, your prediction?
I would probably say Naito. Just
Naito.
For the reasons we said.
yeah. However, I could see it going the other way too.
I thought about it a lot. I was like, Naito doesn't have to win.
Yeah.
Like he's in the main event of the Tokyo Dome. Like that's the whole story. Is he is in the main event.
He has what he wants.
He doesn't have to win. However,
It's not my main event.
when he won G1, so the thing is, like, the first time he won G1 a few years ago, he would say, New Japan's top star is me. And he kept saying that, and then people stopped caring. People stopped liking him. And so he would say that, and people would laugh, and it would be nonsense. So he stopped saying it.
So he's not the top star. Is what I'm saying.
So that was in 2013. And so he stopped saying that. He went to CMLL. He came back. Now he's super over. He won G1 this year. And after he beat Omega, he's like, New Japan's top star is me. It was the first time he said it in like 4 years. And everyone went nuts. And so to confirm that he is the top star, he should win. He doesn't have to, but he should.
But he should.
Also, Okada's held the belt for like 1,000,000 days.
Yeah.
He's held it for 500-something days.
Woo!
Oh, that's awesome.
So many days. Longest title reign ever. And it's time to come to an end.
Thank you, Bruno Sammartino, for not being the longest title ever.
Yeah, so I think that's it. That's it for the show. That was our predictions for WrestleKingdom 12.
We are done for 2017.
That's the end of our finale, our special episode.
Now, if you guys start Virgil's theme music at 11:57, it will crescendo exactly at midnight.
So that's all for our show. Once again, I'm Billy Collins alongside Michael Jonesy Jones, Remy Alberts, and Adam Contreras. We will see you all next time.